Okay. Get everything lined up right. We did it again. Yes, we did. Get everything lined up. We did it again, man. Got a lot going on right now, I ain't gonna lie. A lot going on. But we did do it. Let me see here. Move. Hey, stop. It's another episode of, well, another episode, however you want to call it, Real Talk Live. The way your mans get to, play around out here, talk about things that, going on in the world, what's going on in my life, and you know how it goes. So we're gonna have a good live today. We'll talk about some topics. So let me go ahead and get into my what's snack. I was in the mix. I'm right now. I'm grilling. I'm grilling for an event tomorrow. I'm grilling some chicken right now. So I had to turn the batons over while I had to come hold it down and make sure I keep up my end of the bargain on my Real Talk Live on Sundays. So let me get into my banner so I can keep this thing scripted so I don't go all over the place. So let me see here. My name up. And anybody that's on YouTube, you can go over to One Man, One More Landscaping. And then my logo go pop up. You'll see that I'm live. If you want to vibe out on there, I'll put your comment on the screen. I do all that good stuff coming from the YouTube side. So let me go ahead and give my introductory, just in case it's somebody brand new don't know me, man. I'm John Crawley, One Man, One More Landscaping. I am that guy self-made out of Nashville, Tennessee. Definitely putting on for the city. So like I said, man, it's another show of Real Talk Live where I get to have fun and all that good stuff, man. So we'll read a couple comments on the screen, see who we got in here. DS, I did put some of that rub on there. I did. I added a little dizzle dazzle of it, the special rub that you gave me. I did. So I can't wait to try this out to see if it's what I tasted up in Louisville. You know what I'm saying? So, and all my people on TikTok, OG Long Queen, all y'all good people. Anthony, good evening. Good evening. Let me see here. Everybody else is on there. Good evening. And we go get it rocking. Worldwide Lawn Service, good evening, fam. Appreciate you tapping in. Let me slide over here on Facebook is kind of real private. A lot of people got private platforms, so I ain't able to really see everybody that's in here. But Quinn, I see you, D. Lawrence Robinson, William Spell. What's that? Diverse Capital. What's going on with y'all? Okay. And we're going into the next category of my show, which I always like to give. You know what I'm saying? A big special shout out to my sponsor, which is Red Dog Supplies. You know what I'm saying? They definitely hipping me out of my business. They first brand that took a chance on me. Let me, do my own thing. Let me be myself. And just realize is that, it'll come out more authentic and genuine with them letting me be myself. So I kind of got real familiar with a representative of the company by the name of Lauren, and she's been tremendous to me. And I know she's tremendous to a lot of other people that have problems like, locating certain material or certain equipment like string, blades, all that good stuff. You can always inbox Red Dog and she'll get y'all through that process of ordering. And you can also use code 1M1M, get you a discount. Hey, they rocking with the kid, man. They rocking with me, so I definitely got always shout them out, man. So I'm gonna take a swig on the behalf of Red Dog Supplies, man. Thank y'all for taking that chance. It means the world to me. Nothing gets overlooked because they could have rocked with somebody else, but they chose the kid. So, hey, man. So I gotta hold down my end of the bargain next year. So when I get the cutting season, y'all will see all the stuff that they sending me. How I'm out here laying these hieroglyphics. The Bruce Leroy stripes. All the good stuff. So y'all will see what's to come. So. And let me get to my next category, my spotlight of the week. I'm gonna give it to my guy Deontay with Lawn Living. You know what I'm saying? It's a guy, he has his own company down here in Nashville. So season kind of wrapped up a little bit early for him because he's still in the beginning stages, but he took it upon himself to reach out to him and say, man, look, bro, if you got extra work that you need done, just let me know. I'll come out there and help you. So, and he been helping me like the last couple days that I've been out there. He's gonna work with me until I finish up my season. So big shout out to him for reaching out. You know what I'm saying? And I always willing to help out a fellow lawn care company that, you know, kind of dried up a little bit sooner than expected. He can always come get some money with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just level of opportunity that I was able to give him. So I'm just glad that he took me up on that, man. So spotlight of the week is my guy Lawn Living, and he's in the comments right now. So yeah, I appreciate you, my guy, for real. Like, it means the world to me, so I don't have to handle this load by myself. And you seen it with your own eyes on what Crawl is up against, bro. You seen some of the yards that I'm up against. And I know you like, wow, like how is he even handling this, even think about handling this type of load on his own. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, it's just exciting to be able to create something like that and be able to give somebody an opportunity to come make some money with you, man. That's what it's all about. So again, shout out to Deontay, man. For real, come helping your guy out, man. It means the world to me. So and then I got to that, we did the Red Dot Spotlight of the Week. Okay, and then now, okay, let me see, did I not save it? Okay, now what I've been doing here every week, you know, I take a story down memory lane. You know what I'm saying? Kind of let y'all know a little bit of extra background about me on the obstacles that I had to overcome to be in the situation that I am now. You know what I'm saying? And this next thing that happened to me, which let me put it on the screen for the individuals on YouTube so you can see it scrolling across the bottom what I'm getting ready to talk about. And I remember it like it was yesterday, okay? This when I suffered a horrific injury to my left middle finger. Okay, I'm gonna show my finger right now and let y'all see how the recovery looks like right now. Okay, this is the finger right here. I'm gonna go in on TikTok first. We're gonna scroll in on IG. You can see the finger, you see the stitches. So on the Facebook, you see the stitches. And we're gonna do YouTube last up there. Y'all see the stitch? I mean the stitches, the scar. Okay. Now let me explain this story on how this happened to me, man, and the time of the year that this happened, which was crucial as hell. Let me take a swig and I'm gonna explain this to y'all. Hang on. This happened roughly August, if I'm not mistaken, it was like August the 8th of 2019. This is when this injury happened. Let me explain something to y'all, man. Like this year, in 2019, this was the first year I was able to go out and actually purchase my first used Exmark Turf Tracer 52-inch that I've been looking for. I just went and got the mower. I'm happy. I probably got the mower a week before. Like I got the mower like maybe August the 2nd, something like that. So we fast forward to the scene on where it happened. I'm trimming some bushes with my hedge trimmer, my steel hedge trimmer to be exact. So what happened is I set the hedge trimmer down on the ground because y'all know when you trimming shrubs, sometimes you will see ivy at the top of the shrub. So you know it's a vine that's growing up through the shrub, and instead of just clipping it, knowing that ivy is gonna grow back up real fast, I tried to get the root of it from the base. Okay, so check this out. I set the hedge trimmer down on the ground. I went to pull the root out from underneath the tree. I don't know what happened to my footing, but I lost my footing trying to pull the root out with my right hand. And then when I went to go down on the ground, I put this hand down and it was right on the trimmer. And y'all know them steel trimmers, sometimes it's steady working. While it's sitting down, it's steady going. So I grabbed, my hand went right over the blade, and then it did like at one time, clunk, 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 clunk. I didn't overreact, but I looked down in my glove and I could just see the meat from my finger. I could just see the whiteness. So I knew I was in trouble. Bro, I was in big time trouble at this situation. So I looked at it and then it just started pulling. I'm talking about gushing blood just started running out. So I took my glove off. If you see my glove, you would think that I chopped my finger off. It was that bad. So I took my glove off. I knocked on because like the neighbor knew something happened because she seen the blood leaking down. So I knocked on my client's door and I had to come in and use that kitchen sink. And I just started running warm water over my finger, and it was like gashed open, like right in the middle. That's when the blade went all the way through and it cut hold on. I ain't gonna skip the story. Okay. So I'm in there washing my finger out, really distraught because I just bought this new Exmark, can't use it. And in the mix of all of this, I'm going through a divorce. You know what I'm saying? To where like this wasn't no cool. This was like a knockdown, drag out fight during my divorce. So all of this happened in. So okay, I asked my customer to get me give me a lot of paper towels and like break them up for me and like fold them over and just lay them right there on the counter. And I asked him, do you have anything adhesive? You have any duct tape or anything in it? I asked for peroxide. I was not gonna put no alcohol in it because the wound was too open. So I asked for some peroxide and they had some. I dumped as much peroxide and just kept flushing it, washing it out, washing it out. And it just come from my experience just working at that hospital and that doctor's office. I knew I had to flush it out as clean as possible. I packed as many paper towels around it, and I took some duct tape that they had in the house and I secured my finger. Secured it. Loaded up my equipment, and then I drove to the hospital. Okay, drove to the hospital. I was so amped up and disappointed that I did it to myself. I didn't even feel no pain really. And then I remember my sister called me for something when I was on the way to the hospital. I said, man, I remember telling her, like, y'all gonna have to meet me at the hospital because I almost cut my finger off with the hedge trimmer. And they was like, are you serious? I said, I'm dead ass serious. I'm on the way to St. Thomas Hospital to see how bad the damage was. During this time, I didn't have no health insurance. Let me throw that out there too with the story. I didn't have no health insurance, but I had some money put up. You know what I'm saying? I had a little money put up. I get to the hospital and they finally called me in the back. So from that point, when I went to the back and they start cutting the bandage and everything off, you know what I'm saying? I think they was taking so long that I ended up actually undoing the bandage. So when that happened, and then the doctor came in and started washing it out some more and playing around in my finger, I felt all of that pain. And then I seen a big skeet of blood go all the way across the room that he had to get out the way because he was cleaning it out. He did the test and see if I can move my finger like this. I couldn't move it. I couldn't move nothing. He said, you're going to have surgery to repair it. I said, are you serious? Surgery? He said, okay, we're going to refer you to this doctor over here. I'm like, oh, no, not surgery. And I was like, okay, my finger split open. I have to have surgery to get it repaired. I don't have no health insurance. So I'm like, how much is this going to cost me? So I went and seen the doctor. He told me I give him $1,000 right now. That'll be enough for him to take care of the procedure. So I gave the surgeon that repaired my finger, I had to give him $1,000 because I didn't have insurance. Then after I give him that money, I receive another phone call from the surgery center. Check this out, man. Oh my goodness, this is where it got technical at. They told me that they need 6,000 out of them before we could go forward with the surgery. I said, I gotta give y'all 6,000, all of it? They said, yes, sir. We gotta get. I said, look, man, I really just ain't got 60 just to give out like it. I said, what I could do, I'm gonna give y'all like 3,800. I think I negotiated down to like 3,800. They let me pay the 38, and then they let me have my procedure. And they were so persistent, they wouldn't even let me check in to even have my finger repaired until I gave them the 3,800 that I had to pay them out. So I'm like, I just bought that Exmark. I think I caught it on the deal for like $3,000. I just bought the Exmark for $3,000. Then I just gave the doctor $1,000, and then I just had to drop another 3,800 just to repair my finger. I had to go like literally 2.5 more months after my surgery to rehab, to where I couldn't really do nothing, bro. And I'm going through a divorce to where like I couldn't even afford to hire me an attorney to fight for me, because that's a whole nother story I have to break down regarding my divorce and how rigorous this was. That's gonna be a whole nother something from my past. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk about that. But I end up have to represent myself in court through a divorce because I didn't have enough funds to just go pay out for an attorney, pay my bills, and keep everything going because I had a lot on me back then. And then during that moment, I just watched all my funds just deplete every day. I get up, I just watched all my funds go down to nothing because of an injury, and I couldn't continue to work. It tore me down so bad. That was like one of the biggest mental battles that I had to get past. Is when I almost cut my finger off and I couldn't even work no more. And I just bought a lawnmower and couldn't even utilize it. Just thank goodness that I had solid people around me, and I always make reference to Daryl Holmes. Like, bro came through and helped me take care of a lot of my yards. You know what I'm saying? And I referring my customers over to other people to let them take care of them. And it was like, bro, it was an awful situation. Then had to used to deal. Then I had to go back and forth to court dealing with this divorce. It was probably one of the most traumatic and rough experiences that I ever had in my life, man, for real. Cause like I feel like it was all closing in on me, man. The divorce, when it was going my way, like it was going my way in the divorce, but the kickback off of it, bro, it was so hurtful. I have to talk about that on a whole nother category because my kids used to kick me in the teeth every time, every chance they got when I got them, man. And they made me stronger for real. But that finger experience taught me a lot about myself for real when I almost lost it. And it taught me so much about just extra safety that you will have to have when you're in this field. Because especially when you are the business, you don't have no help. And then a traumatic injury happens to you that now you can't work no more. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? And back then, I wasn't thinking about having a workers' comp policy or something like that. I had my general liabilities policy, but that falls under a workers' comp policy. When you get hurt like that, that's a whole nother insurance that you have to have. I didn't have it then. So I had to learn the hard way, you know what I'm saying, regarding that matter. So I'm like, okay, now I see how it's important that you really need some health insurance too. Or if you don't want to take that approach, I'm going to tell you, if something happens to you out in the field to where you hurt yourself or you injure yourself or you need some medical attention, I'm telling you right now, you better have 10 to 15,000 put up in the bank to cover that stuff. Now you look at it, for me to get insurance, they gonna force me out to pay $650, $700 every month because I don't want the insurance with a high ass deductible, nor do I want the insurance with a high ass out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand, I used to work in a hospital, so I know you're gonna meet everything. You have to cover everything until you meet your deductible. So if you get a $5,000, $7,000 deductible, you're gonna have to pay everything until you reach that deductible. And then after that, there's another curveballs that come in that a lot of people don't know. And that's your out-of-pocket cost, your max out-of-pocket. And it comes associated with a co-insurance. And it's a percentage there. So let's say your co-insurance is 5 or 10% until you reach your max out-of-pocket. So that means you got to pay upwards of whatever your max is. So you got to meet your deductible first. And then you have to reach the max out of pocket. And then they'll cover your stuff 100%. That a lot of people don't know about that stuff. So, but if you get a high deductible and you get a high co-insurance, if something happens to you, you're liable to be out about $15,000-$20,000, and you still got to pay the premiums every month. How about that? Because you didn't pay a lot of money in the front end. You see what I'm saying? And I had to learn this by being self-employed, and really what's important. Health is everything. Safety is everything, especially when we operate in this machinery that can basically take our life. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important that you take your time, and safety is everything. Save yourself before you risk trying to save the equipment, because you can't get your life back, but you can always replace the equipment. You know what I'm saying? Safety is everything. And make sure that you have the proper insurance. You go out there on your own. That's why you have to be charging accordingly so you can afford your premiums for health insurance. You can afford them premiums for your general liability policy. You can afford your premiums on your workers' comp policy. You're going to need it all. If you want to go after the big contracts, they will not let you come on their property without that workers' comp policy. They won't let you come on that property without them saying that you're covering enough general liability insurance or it's not worth it. You're not serious yet. They won't let you on the property. They see you not a registered business as well. There's things that you have to have. So, and that's I don't want to go off on that because that's a whole nother category. But I've learned from my finger that you need at least 10 put up to the side that you can like literally, okay, they'll work with you. If you got 10,000 and you willing to give up, give it all up just to repair yourself, them companies gonna be more likely to work with you because they see that you gonna give them some money. You serious. You know what I'm saying? So that way, because I'm looking at it like this, if I gotta pay upwards of 7,200 just to carry the insurance, now if anything happens, I'm gonna be paying them 10 to 15 any damn way. But if you already got it, if something don't happen, at least you got your money. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was looking at it for a long time until I just know I gotta have some insurance because you just don't know the catastrophe that might can happen, and that'll sink your damn business right there off a catastrophe that you did not see coming. I didn't see myself getting ready to chop my finger off. I didn't see it. Was I saving money then? Thank goodness I was saving. Because if I wasn't, they wouldn't have let me have my surgery to repair this finger. Then what I would have done. So my livelihood would have been at stake. And I'm telling you, like when you take a leap of faith and go out there, you're gonna have a series of events that's gonna happen to you like it, that's gonna test you to see are you gonna hang in there or you gonna throw in the towel. For real. And I cried a lot because I wanted to go work, but I couldn't work because I didn't have my finger was fucked up. I couldn't use it. It was too painful. But that's enough on that finger, man. That's my story from the past. If anybody wanna go back and listen to it again, I put clippage up about my finger, about the glove, on how it looked and everything, and it's like I'm just amazed that I still have my finger. So that's enough on that good stuff. So, and we're gonna go ahead and we'll go ahead and get off into the next category. And y'all know me. This is the time of the show to where I like to look at the news and see what's going on. You know, just kind of give my analysis on what I see, what's happening. You know what I'm saying? I got my laptop up. I pretty much got the story that I'm gonna talk about it and everything. I got two stories that seems to be a little controversial. But you know, I always like to touch bases on this type of stuff because I have an opinion just like others. But let's go ahead and get into this. This first thing that I've seen a lot of news clips, a lot of things online is regarding this let me see, this boat strike that happened down in the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? Now, from the reports that I received, they said that they were smuggling narcotics into the country. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I get it. You know, that's against the law. I get it. So they did. I'm not sure how they struck the boat. Maybe it was a drone strike or something of that nature. I'm not sure. I just really just looked at the reports like maybe 15 minutes ago. But the only thing I know is they shot the boat once. You know what I'm saying? That the people that was on the boat was like hanging for their life on the side of the boat. You know what I'm saying? They was just trying to basically survive. And then the controversy comes in because whoever makes the calls made the call to shoot the boat again. You know what I'm saying? Basically just killing the people that was out there basically hanging on to their dear life. So the question is, what type of person, if they already capsized, they could send the National Guard to get somebody out there to pick them up. They already done in the water. Like, do you have to like literally? Are we assassinating people now that they're smuggling drugs? Is that the image that the people who made the call is trying to, trying to portray? I don't know. But I'm like, damn, they waving the white flag and we hit the button again. I said, that's kind of interesting. Are we like literally finna set the tone so high to where like anybody that's smuggling drugs on a boat, if we know about it, the US being, then we could basically just assassinate you out there? So, and then I mean, yeah, you're right, Lauren. That there's really no proof that they even had anything on the boat. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a lot of holes there that it's a lot of individuals just like kind of dancing around it right now from what I'm seeing. Like there's no clear cut answers, and then it's the big point the finger, and I'm like, the only thing I know is they shot the boat once. The people, and I think they just released the footage. So you go see. I think they stating that you go see the people. They done. You know what I'm saying? They fucked. They probably injured. They hanging on for their life, and then you hit the button again. That's kind of crazy. Like, and then in the U.S., there's nowhere in the U.S. to where like they gonna sign you up for death for smuggling drugs. Like, there's nowhere in the U.S. So it's kind of like I really don't know how to call it. Really, I can. I don't think they should have went to that extreme to like end their life. I think questions got to get answered regarding that matter. But I just know that from what I've seen and from the reports that I be receiving, like there's a whole lot of shift of accountability when it comes to, the current administrative that's in place right now. I see a lot of point the finger, and nobody wants to accept accountability and give the story and the report on what actually happened and why did y'all take this extreme approach when they was already dead in the water out there. You know what I'm saying? Because like if that's the case, then because I'm seeing reports that's like war crimes right there. That's like an act of war. Than what we just did. You know what I'm saying? When they dead in the water and you don't send aid because you already got them, they could take that as like an act of war right there. That's like a war crime. I mean, seeing reports about that. Now, are we gonna get drug in or something? I highly doubt it because the U.S. is so powerful when it comes to the military. I don't highly doubt it that we'll get drug into something, but I don't know, man. It just is it's pretty befounding to me that we would like literally go to the extreme and kill some people just because they smuggling drugs. Like that is some astonishing shit right there. Hold on, let me see. What up, family? Sean from Lone Wolf. Oh, what up, family? They said that boat was not going to make it to the United States. It was international waters. Exactly. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you right about that. It is. It's it's a law to kill someone like that. Yeah, you're right. It is against international law. It's the U.S. wants Venezuela's oil. I can see that. I can see that we is oil driven over here. Let me see. The weirdest food. If you secretly, what's the weirdest food combination you secretly love? That's kind of hard question. I like collard greens and I like food. I'm not a sweet person. I like collard greens, like macaroni and cheese. Take I like that type of stuff. A good steak here and there. I love a good cheeseburger. That's just me personally to answer your question. You know what I'm saying? So, but we gonna go ahead and that's enough on that category right there. Cause I just really hate to see people lose their lives just for smuggling drugs. I just think that's a little bit extreme. Cause I used to have a past life that I dabbled and dabbled into that world too, and I would hate to lose my life because I didn't realize then that I could have did the same thing I was doing in that world in the legitimate world with not having to look over my shoulders. I wasn't mentally there yet. But to lose my life is diabolical for real. We already had to deal with enough. Now, cause I didn't fool with that drug of choice the way they nail you to the stake if you get caught with it. Cause I was always I always looked at that like I can't roll with that Lamborghini, and that's the cocaine. I just never, I just always just stay with what I cut. I stayed with the green, what I cut the grass. So it was a whole nother level. I couldn't deal with that time if how I looked at it. So I said, nah, let me just go on and call me whatever. I dibbled the devil a little bit, but it come too fast for me, man. That type of stuff I know it ain't long lived. So that's just me from my personal experience. Let's take a swig and we're gonna move on to the next category because they forced me. They forced me to have to talk on this stuff, man. I don't be wanting to, but they forced me. But my next thing is, man, my guy Trump, man, my man, he's always popping. He's a happening category right now. He's always popping. But what he's doing right now, there's another victim in place right now, man, and it's always a minority. I don't know what it is against this, but right now, from the reports that I'm seeing, man, it's how hard he's going on the Somalis in Minneapolis. You know what I'm saying? In Minnesota, basically, he done villainize these people because they coming from countries that ain't doing as well as we are in the United States. You know what I'm saying? He done villainized them, hollering about they coming from shitholes, which, I mean, it's pretty bad over there, but damn, it is bad. You know what I'm saying? For real. I can see that. It's real bad. Somalis are known for the pirates. That's how bad it is. You know what I'm saying? The way it's rough off at that African coastline when you dealing with anything with Somali. Everybody know about the Somali pirates. So, but just to villainize the people that's coming over here for a better life, it's astonishing to me to where like he has basically unleashed the force of ICE within the Somali community up in Minneapolis. You know what I'm saying? This is like the main targeted area. And now I'm getting reports that it's on the behalf that he's doing this because of the person that's in Congress right now. That I don't want to tell her name. It's the Somali lady that Ilian. Okay, I don't want to tell her name. Hang on. But it's something about the situation with her, the where like he don't care for her too much. I think he kind of always complaining and don't want to come to know. Yeah, Omar, that's her. That's her right there, Omar. I ain't gotta look it up. I knew somebody would go ahead, but appreciate the help. But he stated that, see, this is the type of stuff I don't be liking right here, because the door got to swing both ways with me. Everybody knows me about that. The door has to swing both ways. Oh, they lost it. They lost. Damn. I lost the whole platform. Okay. Facebook just went down on me. That's my bad. My phone died. I'll be damned. Hold on. Maybe it'll cut back on soon. Damn, I lost the whole platform. Okay. We keep it going. You got to improvise, adapt, and overcome. But this is what I don't like. If you gonna say that it's always complaining when it comes to her or that side or the people that you're referring to, then what about, and they don't never want to come to the table and negotiate. But what about when the tables turn and the opposite side is in office? Do the Republican Party not do the same thing and just gripe and complain, and don't want to come to the negotiating table? Like, how is it any difference? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serious, man. The door has to swing both ways, and none of it makes any sense. The only thing I know is that it's a group of people that's being villainized yet again by, the president of the United States. Now, he has the right to do it because the First Amendment rights, he has that right. Now, I get that. But damn, dude, like a whole, because I just know how this country do, man. Like, it'll turn on a whole group of people. I've watched it in a couple of experiences. At 9/11, I watched, like, literally the whole country turn on anybody that had, if they was covered up or they had forget my, I can't get my words together. If they had the ensemble on their head to cover up, like they was literally the enemies for real because of what happened in 9/11. Now I watched another group. Now ever since then, we ain't went too overboard on villainizing a whole group of people. Yeah, the hijab. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, thank you, Lord. But we haven't went that bad until the current administration. I mean, the man in charge, President Trump. He started his whole campaign on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Villainizing a whole group of people is coming up for a better opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of them was trying to go through the right way. He villainized a whole group of people. Like anybody from the Hispanic community, like villainized them. So they feeling it right now regarding, ICE and getting shook down. And, I know somebody that's personally close to me that got shook down by ICE. And I mentioned this last week. And then how they did her was so low down that I wouldn't put that against nobody. And she is legally here. You know what I'm saying? She has a birth certificate and everything. It's crazy off the notion that she's not how you would get done. And it's just, I just don't like it because, man, everybody sees my ethnic persuasion. We live in America. Y'all know what it is out here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as an underlining tone that is still relevant to this day, whether we like it or not. People can sweep it under the rug, they can do whatever. But it is what it is. Now, I say that to say that I'm not finna always try to throw the race card up and nothing like that, because I feel like that we're in a better situation than what we've ever been. But I feel like that how things are going, we are kind of taking like 2 or 3 steps backwards. You know what I'm saying, regarding that matter, because it is hard to kind of maneuver, because there's certain stereotypes that, you know, me being black, I have to deal with and have to overcome because on how we are portrayed. But just to let y'all know, we not all like that. For real. Dead ass, man. A lot of us was raised with morals and principles and things of that nature. We not all like it. And it's really sad because it's so bad, the portrayal of my people, that even I've talked to several individuals that like come to this country, and they like have like, they be told not to deal with inner city black people. For real. Like people coming into this country, and then they see the footage online on how we always, you know, kind of doing each other in on camera. So it's like, it just be awful, the like the what you have to overcome in life. Now I'm not mad about it. I could be upset, but it is gonna be what it is. But in saying that, I'm not finna let, you know what I'm saying, the opinions of a small few, because the masses really don't think like it to me, or I feel like I wouldn't be receiving the level of opportunities that I'm receiving now. Did I think that I had to work a little bit harder to get the opportunities that I have? I do. Do I think that I should have got more opportunities if I would have been a different ethnic persuasion? I believe I would have had more opportunities. But am I really upset about it? I really can't say that I am, because I knew I had to be really good at what I did. You know what I'm saying? Thank goodness for my upbringing. Like my mom told us, like we just had to make sure that we was the best in what we did, make sure that we took it serious and we knew our shit. So I took all of that information that I learned and I just made sure that I was the best. At every job I worked at, I was the coldest. I had to be like it because my mama drilled it in me. So when I went out and did my own thing with the lawn care community, like I had to be the best. So that's why my stripes hit differently. That's why my mulch installs look differently. That's why normally everything I touch and I get some experience in it, I'm gonna be good at it because I'm gonna pay attention to the small details. You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of shaped me to who I am right now, because it is like how it is out here. Now, I'm not the type that's go grit and complain about it, because I know everybody has First Amendment rights. Like, you can literally talk shit about a whole race if you want to, and it's you cool with it. Like, you can get away with it. Like, they might not look at you a certain way, but you can get away with it. For real, because we got freedom of speech. My thing is, I will respect people more if they just come out and just say that they having a, that they're like that. I will respect them more because I say, you know what, at least you just came out and said it. I can respect you more. But sweeping shit underneath the rug on how things is, that's when I can't have no respect for people for real. And I be understanding it be going because I be feeling it, especially when it's outside of my clients. You know what I'm saying? I'm like literally going to certain situations, like things happen to where it's so blatant. I'll be like, damn, for real? And I'll be like, man, how can you just like talk about turn another page when things happen? You know, you have people that still stuck in the ways that they wanted to go back to the 60s and the 50s and, you know, all them times when it was great for a certain group of people. You know what I'm saying? Not for everybody. But I get it. You can, it's people out here that's like it, but like I'm saying all that to say, you can't let the opinions of others on how they view you become your reality. You know what I'm saying? You go have some people out here that's messed up. The people out here that judge you wrong. People out here to try to cut you down. People out here to try to discredit you any chance they get. They are everywhere out here. For real. Your job is to not let their opinions become your reality because they really don't know you. So how can you let somebody get to you so bad when they didn't grow up with you? They don't know your struggles that you had. They don't know what you had to overcome. How can you give somebody that much power over you because they see a clip or they see something that you put up and they want to put you in a box? They want to judge you. Like, how can you, and you know it ain't true. If you know it ain't true, I wouldn't even give it no energy really, but that's easier said than done. Let me tell you, it took me 7 years to kind of really understand that concept. 7 years. And it took me really, truly this year for really locking in on it. Because through this run that I've been having on my social media, I had to literally be broken when it comes to people's opinions and how they're obligated and they can give you them opinions. I had to be broken. You know what I'm saying? For real. I did. I had to have people tear me down, people try to discredit me. I'm talking about in the beginning, I felt like they had me in the wolf area on how they was attacking me, coming at me, discrediting me. But every last one of them did not show the skills that I had. Every last one of them. They didn't have no skill, no nothing. They had no type of footage or where they paint a story. They nothing like how I was doing. They nothing. They was these keyboard warriors that people make reference to. And then when you really put yourself out there on the platter for people to judge you and critique you, that just come with the territory on people go try to discredit you and try to tear you down. It comes with the territory. So if you know that, and I'm warning y'all going in, I'm just looking out for you. You better have some tough skin, or you go find yourself going back and forth with people that you don't even know. They don't even know you. You will be right there they'll force you to turn into a keyboard warrior. And for what? Man, I'm not finna go back and forth with these people on there. It don't make no sense. I'm more of a different type of person. I'd rather for you to get on the camera and then so people can see your face, and then we can go back and forth and articulate this thing on why you feel like that I need to get told to come in out of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of individuals feel like that's the case. But if we want to break it down to a scientific or a biological standpoint on what I'm doing, we can go toe for toe for that. But then when you get to talking on the biological terms about photosynthesis, you know, the Calvin cycle and ATP and NADH NDAH on how it gets converted over through the sunlight process. If you want to go through all of that stuff, then we can go there. Because I have a lot of college in me for real. But again, because I myself, people will judge you because you are like how you are, and they'll put you in a box. But my thing is saying to y'all is, man, don't let them people's reality become your reality. They don't know you. Let them talk. Because what's going to happen is when all they doing all that talking and ain't none of it true about you, what is going to say about the next person when all the stuff that they were saying wasn't true? When they were trying to discredit you, but yet you helping so many people out that they ain't help nobody. What they gonna say then other than look bad? They actually go put themselves in the runnings to be the hater of the year. And I'm giving an award for that. I'm thinking I'm gonna give an award for that this year. I think I'm gonna get an award for that this year. Like there's two people in the running in my life. There's two people. I'm talking about they running for it. I'm talking about they doing beyond the call of duty, as I like to say, on reaching out to make sure that they just try to hate or discredit everything that John Crawley, with one man, one more say. Everything. It's two people. I'm gonna give one of them the award. I'm gonna get it printed up and everything, and I'm gonna send it to them straight up. And I just want them to take a picture because they got it from me. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you deserve this award because it takes a different level of an individual to watch all of your clips, listen to everything you say, and then come up with a rebuttal to discredit someone. That's a lot of effort. You go sit there and watch me like that, and then you want to throw shade and all of that. That's so much work. I feel like that individual deserves an award. Like it will be unjust if I don't make a category for the all time. Like you are the top of you are at the upper echelon of hate. Like I gotta think of another word. Like you at another tier that nobody can reach because you are just that type of person. You need an award for that, man, for real. Now I got two people. They running for it. I'm talking about they neck and neck right now. I'm gonna have to give it to one of them. So we'll see what happens in the near future. I might have some other people that want to get in the race. You know what I'm saying? Of the all-time one of the year. I'm gonna give you an award for real. I'm gonna start dropping names. I'm gonna be like, look, we got these three people in the front row. They neck and neck right now, daggum. I'm talking about. I don't know which one to give it to. This person, he looks at everything and he's watching this. This other person looks at this and he's looking at it at this angle. I'm gonna have to give it to one of them. I'm gonna have to send it out to everybody else. Say, y'all look at these people. Who should I get an award to? Cause I'm gonna give it to them at the bottom. I'm gonna have clippage. I'm liable to showcase the clippage of the hate. I'm saying, then look at how far this one went overboard hate. Then look at how this one. We gotta give one of them an award. Who we gonna give it to? Man, we gotta give awards for that, man. Cause that's a lot of energy to like sit there and watch somebody shit and go after them. That's a lot of energy, man, for real. I don't know, maybe it's me. But I'm gonna give an award out for this shit this year. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna let me swig the other cup. And then I end it off, man. That's when I like to talk about the importance of being self-employed, man. And I think that a lot of people kind of miss a key point on what comes with you being self-employed, man. There's a certain thing, a certain word that I really too much don't care for. And that's this professionalism word. Because who defined that word of being professionalism? Does that mean you got your shirt tucked in when you're going up? You know, what does that mean? Who defines it? Because the reason why I say this, that a lot of people miss the whole gist of being self-employed, because I feel like that they missing the aspect of them actually being themselves, to where they don't have to put that mask on anymore and act like they represent the company. Now you represent yourself, but with you building a company, it automatically comes with you being a responsible person. It comes with it. But for you not to be yourself and have your own mindset and attitude, and you can voice your opinions about things, that's why one of the perks of you being self-employed, so you can do it that way. Let me tell y'all why I said this. Back when I was going crazy online last year, when I was smoking, drinking on that real tough, a lot of people were saying about, man, you shouldn't mix business with pleasure. You need to have a separate account, your business account, personal account. It's they was telling me all these things in the third. And I remember all of it. But I was going against the grain. I'm one of them type of people. I'm going to test it. They say you can't do it, I'm going to go that way and I'm going to see if it's true. And it ain't true. I did not lose one client. A lot of my clients follow me to this day. I didn't lose not one. I'm going to say that again. I did not lose one damn client being how I am. And the funny thing about it is I have picked up more people online because I am who I am. How about that? So all of them stereotypes, man, if you good at what you do, check this out. If you got the skills to pay the bills, and that means when your shit looks better than everybody around you, why are you worried? Because if somebody want to judge me because how I'm coming off, that's okay. They need to get over there. They can go to one of those other guys that like to put on the mask. You know what I'm saying? They can go to one of them and have them come service their lawn. When I come, I'm gonna be myself. And I'm gonna be okay with it because they clearing a spot for somebody so I can bring up off my waiting list right now. My wait list built up because of my social media. They know I'm gonna come because I'm just that damn good. I'm just really good at what I do. So when I come, my standards is set so high. People can't come through and mimic it every time because it's a hurry, 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 cut. But a lot of people want to judge me because I'm just this good at what I do and they don't like it. They feel like, oh, he's wasting time and all of this. But that homeowner that I'm servicing, they don't feel like it. Every last one of them. The ones they refer me to don't feel like it. The individuals that's moving to Nashville getting these homes, they don't feel like it. Because they watching me. They seeing the glyphics. They seeing the stripes. They seeing everything. They not looking at me like it. You see what I'm saying? They love because I get up early in the morning because I actually show how I feel every morning and I don't script nothing. They prefer that. My own style of doing everything, introducing myself to the world. Who can get up on here and talk about these categories that I'm speaking on? And with confidence and staying neutral in the middle can see both sides. It takes a different person. See what I'm saying? My clients don't mind that. Now, if they do, they can let me know. But if it's that bad, they can go and I can feel somebody else in that slide. You see what I'm saying? Because I built myself up my own way and it works. And I'm a walking testimony that my way worked or I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be making the splash that I'm making right now if it didn't work. They hate me for it because I did it so unique and I'm nothing like them. They hate me for it because I can be myself. Hate me for it, man. They hate that I had the relationships that I have with certain individuals across the country. They hate that because I don't pick sides. I don't never pick sides. I don't. I'm staying neutral. That way I can build relationships with anybody that I want to build it with. And I don't have to worry about, oh, he don't mess with him, or I can't mess with him because my homeboys. No, I don't do that. I don't get involved in that stuff. That's between y'all two. If he that foul, I know me. People should always have the opportunity to change. If I want somebody to show mercy for me and don't put me in the box, I gotta do the same in return. The door have to swing both ways. That if they a fucked up individual, it's going to come out. They gonna do you the same way they did other people. Could you have dodged it? You probably can. Or maybe you might be the one that helped them get on their right shit. Because you might be that last opportunity that these people is receiving. Or you might have to go through it so other people won't have to go through it. It's just how you talk about it and how you articulate it. You will help out more people than what you realize if you can stay calm in the situation. For real. Calmness. It's easier said than done to remain calm when everything is up against you. You know what I'm saying? When you have a lot of people that's coming for you, it's hard to stay calm when your storm is coming. For real. It's hard, man. Like I said, it took me 7 years to get to this point to where I'm so calm and I don't even see no hate online. It just, I see. Now, let me take that back. Now, for the ones that's in the running for the awards, they force you to have to see them. That's why I gotta give them an award, because the small comments today, I don't be paying attention to these people, because 9 times out of 10, they not even in the field on how they be talking. You see what I'm saying? So it don't even really make no sense for me to even go back and forth with somebody that not even in the field with me. Or if I look at your shit and you ain't striping or nothing, why would I even go back and forth with you? Why would I even entertain it? It don't make no sense. Do you have the type of clientele that I have? Let me see it. Or will you be concerned if I pull up beside you and start cutting? You will be concerned, because I'm just really that good. Should I be this confident in myself that I'm a good? Hell yeah, you supposed to be. If you don't believe in yourself, why is somebody else gonna believe in you? Yeah, I'm this damn cold. I'm really good at what I do. I'm really confident within myself that I was raised right, and I have good principles and morals about myself. That's why y'all don't see me going back and forth with nobody online. I don't have time for that unless they did something so diabolical, like it happened once this year. I probably ain't gonna let that go for a while. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just on the level of diabolical that I just thought I was past that experience in my life. But hey, man, somebody just might have a cake that's just baking for you. You just don't know. And then when they get the cat's out the bag, you know what I'm saying? When the cat's out the bag, and they have to, tuck their tail between the legs, then it get different out here, there, man. Because I'm a person that can talk about it and tell how the situation happened. Why would this even ever happen to me? And we'll let everybody else decide. I don't have to hoop and hoorah. I'm gonna speak on straight facts. This is how it happened. This is what I did for this person, and this is what this person did in return for what I did for them. I said individuals like them make it hard for the people who really will appreciate the real help that you gave them. It's individuals like them that'll ruin somebody and will make them turn ice cold to where they won't even help out nobody because they helped out the wrong person. But you have to go through it so you'll learn what not to do and who not to help. If you don't go through it and you doing all this talking on the sideline, you just as scared, because how can I take you seriously? You ain't even trying to help nobody. How can I take you seriously? You see what I'm saying? But it come with the territory when you throw yourself out there in the atmosphere like how I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get hurt a lot more because I'm opening myself up to all of these people looking at my life coming in. I'm leaving myself susceptible so I can learn. Hold on, I gotta get TikTok back up. Hold on. Man, I just verified it. What is you talking about? Hold on, my bad, TikTok. They made me verify that I wasn't just a bot on here. Hold on. But like what I was saying, man, because of what I'm doing, like, I'm gonna get crushed a lot. There's a lot of people that's gonna try to get in, or they got ulterior motives on what they doing. I won't see it coming until it done got to a point to where, like, damn, they done did this to me. Then it's finna get ugly, because then I have a platform where I can talk about them and I put their name up there. Like, I'm not the type of person to do all this subliminal shit. No, I'm gonna mention who the hell I'm talking about. But a lot of stuff don't even get to me to where I even have to mention it, unless it's gonna take a person getting in with me real close and playing a role like it's just like we in, and then do me in. I'm gonna clown you then. Like, I'm gonna make you the victim. You gonna be the one, because I got all the proof to prove that you him. Like, you the clown. Now, if it ain't that serious, I'm gonna let the shit go. If it's a keyboard warrior or somebody that don't know me, man, I don't even see you, man. You ain't helped me do shit in my city. You haven't helped me do anything to even give you an opinion. That's how my mind turned, because I have to be locked in on how I done built myself up in Asheville. And if I want to get even bigger and get to the levels that I see a lot of other people doing, then it's going to get harder for me. And I'm going to have to welcome that challenge. Like ain't nothing in life gonna come easy, I promise you, because we living in a capitalist society right now. There's people in place that's already been there, done that, and they know when you go fall, they right there to get that money out for you just to help you keep going, because we in a capitalist society. For real. And it's just what it is, man. Either you go get with it or you go get ran over, for real. But you don't have to be all the way like them. You can game and educate and help people get to where you at. You can help people. You don't have to be, you know what I'm saying, you get to a certain level and you feel like you better than everybody, or you get to a certain level and you try to shit on everybody that's coming up behind you because you done got there. You don't have to do it like it. You know what I'm saying? But they have that right to do it like it if they want to. That's all I'm saying. You can't judge them. But I'm not like it. So as long as they let me live, I'll let them live. I won't clown them like that. But it's a lot of people, they really need to be put on the platter and fried and clown because of how they do the community that gave me everything. You know what I'm saying? For real. Cause I don't take it lightly. You know what I'm saying? My platform and what I'm doing and how I'm pulling people together. I don't take none that I'm doing lightly because I know I'm going to go through the ringer before I get to my destination. It's always been like that for me. It ain't going to be an easy process. It's always the fucking hard way. And if it come easy, I probably run from it because it's too damn easy. It's supposed to be hard for me. But my life has been set up like that. Matter of fact, I'm going to end it at this. Matter of fact, that's gonna be the story next week. I'm gonna get that story next week because it's a whole other situation. I'm gonna have to keep names out of it. My story for the past next week is gonna be real interesting. Y'all stay with me on this because we're gonna take it back to the trap world. To what, like, yeah, I'm gonna take it back to that world next week. So, but I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. I'm past 10 o'clock. And we had another successful show. We talked about some things and gave people their flowers. I shared some information that I've found out along my journey that it might help out some people. It's gonna help because we more the same than different. A lot of people it's gonna help to let y'all know that, like, man, I'm no different than nobody else out here, man. And a lot of people put me on this pedestal because I just kept going and I was consistent like my business. But bro, I'm no different than nobody else. It's just I have a mental peace over me right now. That took me a while to get there. To where like I'm really truly living in the moment that I've created. It's all that I'm doing. I don't have to put on for nobody or try to please people or try to anything. I don't have to do any of it no more. The only thing I have to do is just get up and just keep building my business to where I get it to the point to where like I don't have to be out there no more. That's it. I'm taking it step by step on how you gonna have to get there to where like you literally built everything from the fucking ground up. You got your own training material. You have your own everything to mimic yourself. And I'm gonna take that approach and I'm gonna do it my own damn way. For real. I don't need to, no, because I know I got some. The ones I'm gonna listen to and get advisement from, I know who they are, and it won't even be none of that. I'm gonna know the ones I need to holler at, and they out there. It's for me to identify, cause I ain't gonna take game from anybody. Like a lot of people kiss my ass, take a running start, come kiss my ass because how they come out, and I ain't with no disrespect by no means. I'm talking about you get a running star to come kiss my ass for real. And I hate to be like it, but like it's just what it is, cause you ain't hit me do nothing right now until I put myself on this platter. You hit me do nothing. And then a lot of people doing all this talking, I already done smoke past you. Smoke past you, and I'm not even really trying yet. And I'm at the end of the day, I appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all stay with me at the top of the morning. I'm gonna do a lot better this week on getting clippage up there that when I work out in the fields. I'm gonna do a lot better than just showing y'all a lot of footage and things that I'm doing during this time of the year on how I'm able to keep myself busy when a lot of people don't have a lot of work to do. I still got plenty. So y'all stay with me till tomorrow. It's gonna the movie go continue. I gotta go check on this chicken. For real, cause I hold on. Man, okay, hold on. I got 2 comments on here. One man. Hey, Keon Gibson, little family. I just seen your comments. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, family. Thank you for tapping in, bro. For real. Thank you. And I'm gonna end that stream. Facebook, they hot